mode.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the PACE University Electronic Medical Records and Medical Billing and Coding Certificate Program Information Session webinar. That is always a mouthful. My name is Stephanie Plowman, and I'm going to be your kind of master of ceremonies for the evening, program coordinator for the program as well. With me this evening is Dr. Michelle Com, who is a program instructor, as well as Nicole Vitale from PACE University. And between the three of us, we are going to let you know everything you ever wanted to know and then some about the PACE, MBC, and EMR programs. Now, just one housekeeping matter before we get started, and I turn things over to Dr. Com to share the slides with you and share the information about the program. This system is very, very sensitive, so everybody is on mute. That does not mean we are not interested in your questions. We are always ready, willing, and able to answer your questions. However, we do ask that you type your questions into the questions box on your GoToWebinar toolbar. When you type those questions, they will pop up on my screen and I will read them out loud so they can be answered and addressed. Now, feel free to type in your questions as we are going through the program this evening, but we will be opening up the presentation to questions at the end. So now what I am going to do is I am going to turn things over to Dr. Com, who is all ready to tell you about the program and share her slides with you. So Michelle, whenever you are ready, I have just passed things along. So hopefully we are, let's see, there we go. Okay, all set.
There we go. Okay. Well, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for taking time out of your evening to learn more about these two programs. We're going to be looking at the Electronic Medical Records Specialist Program and the Medical Billing and Coding Certificate Program. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's take a quick look at the topics that we will be covering this evening. We will take a look at the employment outlook for medical billing and coding specialists and the average salary statistics. Healthcare as a career sector continues to show growth, and so we're going to take a look at some exciting articles recently found in the news about this. We will take you through the online classroom so you can see exactly what it looks like and the features that are contained within the program. These features include a wide array of study tools so that you can get the most out of the program. The ultimate goal is to prepare you to sit for a certification examination, and our study tools are designed to help you maximize your time as well as your study effort so that you can be prepared for the certification you have chosen. We will also share with you some information on how to register for the program and for finding some financing options. According to the Department of Labor's Bureau of Labor Statistics, employment opportunities are on the rise for health information specialists. Over the next 8 to 10 years, the field is expected to grow by 22%. New jobs are literally being created all the time. There is an increased use and actually a government mandate to use electronic medical records. The need for billing and coding specialists is also on the rise. There is continuous growth in the elderly population, and then more and more medical treatments and diagnostic procedures are being performed. The National Health Career Association outlines the benefits of becoming certified in electronic medical records. Being certified provides more job opportunities, an increased pay scale, as well as subject matter expertise. Salaries are increasing across the board in healthcare. There are two main professional associations that certify medical billing and coding specialists. One of them is the American Academy of Professional Coders, or AAPC. They conduct an annual survey, and the survey results from the 2016 survey shows that it is a very good time to be working on the business side of healthcare. salary surveys show earning potentials are on the rise and that the unemployment rate among certified coders continues to go down. This rate is currently at 1.4%. According to AAPC's recent survey, the average salary of an AAPC member last year was almost $53,000. This is a 2% increase in just 1 year. Those who work in a hospital inpatient setting experienced an increase in salary as well. Most members of AAPC are working full-time, and 75.4% of respondents are working 40 hours per week or more. According to AAPC, almost 75% of respondents said that they work on-site, while the rest reported working remotely. Some of the average salaries in 2016 by demographics are listed on the slide that you are viewing. The average salary of members in the Pacific region, so Alaska, California, Hawaii, Oregon, Washington, in 2016 was $57,005. Members in the Mid-Atlantic region, New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, went from earning an average of $52,219 in 2015 to $53,757 in 2016. This is a 2.9% increase. Members in the Mountain region went from $49,978 in 2015 to $51,310 in 2016, which is a 2.7% increase. And last, members in the New England region went from $52,153 in 2015 to $53,504 in 2016, which is a 2.5% increase in just 1 year. The growth of healthcare jobs can be found in the news. A recent article from USA Today tells us to expect healthcare job gains to continue until at least 2022. It states that millions of healthcare jobs will be created between now and then. Baby boomers will be retiring, and that provides more job opportunities for those still in the workforce. According to The Economist, healthcare jobs are recession-proof. On this graph, the light blue vertical lines show positive growth from year to year for healthcare jobs, while other industries fluctuate, and these are the dark blue lines, from year to year, showing periodic loss in job numbers. Boston University states that regardless of economic trends, healthcare is one of this country's strongest growth industries. This growth is a result of needing more healthcare for the growing number of elderly, as well as our country's focus on healthcare. Since you are here with us this evening, you may be thinking about making a significant career change. You might be either starting to look at a new profession altogether, or maybe you're already in the field, but you're looking to change your focus. So I'm going to take just a minute or so to pause and let you read what two healthcare professionals have to say about these emerging career fields. All right. I love how one of the healthcare professionals talks about putting pieces of the puzzle together, because that's how I feel about with coding as well. So when we received this particular testimonial, I was like, yes, that's exactly what I think too. Now it's time to take a look at what your online classroom looks like. You may or you may not have experience taking classes online, but either way you'll find the online classroom easy to navigate. We'll take a walkthrough so you can see the features of the online class and the tools that are available to you to help you learn. When it's time for the program to begin, you will receive an email that provides you with the website to go to and your login information. It also provides you with contact information for the university and your instructor. Once you receive this email, you will be able to log into your classroom, take a look around, and get started. Once you log in, you will be on the home page of your classroom. In the center, you'll see a description of your program, and this program is the Medical Billing and Coding Certificate Program with concentration on CPC. And along the left-hand side, you'll have buttons that will help you to navigate throughout the program. When you click on the Modules button, you will see the majority of the information you will need for your program in the center of your screen. When you click on the very first item in your program, you will be taken to your first presentation. Throughout your program, you will have video presentations with audio, and this is your first one. It gives you an overview of the program as well as what to expect. Many online programs have lecture notes to read, but we offer this dynamic tool that makes learning interesting as well as fun. After the overview presentation, you'll find your syllabus, which will provide you with all the school and classroom policies that you may need to reference. There are some clips on your screen of some items you'll find in your syllabus: a textbook list, the grading policy, and the honor code. There is also a suggested week-by-week list of everything that is covered, as well as assignments and tests that need to be completed. Here on your screen is an example showing week 1. All participants are expected to create a portfolio of their accomplishments during their program. Since this program is online, we lovingly call it an e-portfolio. This is an opportunity for you to collect some of your best work and show it to a potential or current employer to showcase what you've accomplished in your program. It will be something to be very proud of. There is a video presentation that walks you through the steps of creating an e-portfolio as well as how to share it. This is also a graded item within the program. Once you have watched the overview presentation, reviewed the syllabus and the textbook list, and watched the video on how to set up the e-portfolio, you can read a biography about your instructor. This will provide you with their contact information, their work experience, their teaching experience, and usually something interesting and special about them. Next, it would be time to jump into your first module. And for this sample program on your screen, the first module is medical terminology. The first item for any module that you will see is an introduction to that module. This introduction provides information on what exactly will be covered within the module. Next, you will find websites that you can review. Oops, I got ahead of myself. You will have a document that explains in detail how to access student resources for the textbook that is used within that module. This study material supplements your program learning and can be an extremely valuable tool. These instructions are here to help you download or access any of these supplemental materials. Now, this is where you will find websites that you can review to help you in exploring the module topic. This material is considered bonus study support and is here for your benefit. It makes your learning dynamic and allows you to use very powerful websites to enhance your learning. So as previously stated, as opposed to lecture notes, you will have video presentations. You can stop and start the videos and watch them as often as you like. This is where you'll want to take notes and listen to what the lecturer has to offer. So here you can see some examples of some of these presentations that, again, you will find throughout your program. They cover every area of the program, as well as add a creative and exciting feature that will aid you in learning the material from some industry specialists. You will find a variety of learning tools within your program as well. Here is just one example. These are interactive tools specific to technology security. Learning these concepts requires some memorization, and so this is an excellent tool that is provided throughout your program for such topics that do require that type of learning, such as memorization. So let's take a look at some of these study tools in more detail. So this is an example of a test your knowledge. These are not graded. You can use the study tools as many times as you would like. Directions are always provided so you know exactly what needs to be done for the study tool. And this is a great way to gauge what you have learned and where you may need to focus additional studies. So let's take a look at one more. These are a new twist on flashcards. Whenever we are looking at or studying anything within the health science, there's usually terminology that comes along with that. And so flashcards or key terms or anything like this would be extremely helpful as well. All right. The program also has graded deliverables. So what we just looked at would be bonus study support that is not graded, but we do have graded deliverables. They take the form of homework assignments and tests. Here is an example of a homework assignment. You submit your assignment right in the instruction area, and your instructor will receive the assignment, will grade it, and then return it back to you with feedback. Prior to taking any tests, there are practice quizzes available. These are not graded and can be taken as many times as you would like. This is how a completed practice quiz looks. You are given an immediate score, and you will see exactly which questions you answered correctly or incorrectly. This allows you to know exactly which areas to focus those additional studies. When you are ready, you will be able to take your test. They are all auto-graded, multiple choice, true, false tests, and you'll know exactly as you did, just like we saw with the practice quiz, you'll know exactly how you did on actual or section tests as soon as you complete the test. Should you need some assistance while navigating the program, there are quick links for technical help as well as the frequently asked questions. Both of these areas can be extremely helpful. And as always, you can ask your instructor for assistance as well. A common question that is often asked is what topics do these programs cover? For electronic medical records, your modules will consist of United States Healthcare System, American Reinvestment and Recovery Act and HITECH Act, medical terminology, healthcare computing, health information management technology, and electronic medical records software. For medical billing and coding, every participant completes the standard block of modules. Within the standard block, you will complete medical terminology, anatomy and physiology, disease pathology, diagnostic coding, and procedural coding. Then, depending on the type of certification you would like to prepare for, you will then also take an add-on module. Your choices of add-on modules include CPC, DOC, CPCP certification preparation through AAPC, and CCA and CCS certification through AHEMA. Each certification differs in the workplace setting it prepares you for, and the different certifying agencies differ in their requirements. Here you will see the websites you can use for the different certifications available to see exactly which certification is right for you. So I'm going to give you just a moment to write those down if you would like. Your program includes additional resources to help you with resume and cover letter writing. Many of our participants find these tools to be very useful, and they are provided standard with everyone's program. We encourage everyone to explore and utilize these tools. At the end of your program, you will compile some signature assignments into your e-portfolio that we talked about earlier. When it is complete, you will submit a private URL to your instructor so they can review it and provide you with some feedback. You can also provide this URL to a potential or current employer so they can see your accomplishments. I'm going to turn the presentation back over to Stephanie, and then we will hear from Nicole.
All right, thank you so much, Michelle. We appreciate all of the good information. I am going to, let me take this back right now, show my screen, and have to, sorry about that, work through to our, where we are in the, okay, there we go. So that is wonderful Pace University in downtown Manhattan. I am going to actually turn things over to Nicole right now, who's going to talk about registration and financing options. So Nicole, it is all about you.
Sounds good. All right, thank you so much, and thank you, Dr. Kalm. I hope that that was informative for everyone. So we want to talk a little bit about the financing and what the investment is for this particular program. So in total, you can see on the screen there, it's just under $4,000, and that includes all books and materials. So it's a flat cost. There's no additional fees. What you see, that is the cost. Now, for attending this webinar, you do receive a $200 discount. So you do get that automatically applied once you register, and so that'll bring the cost down to $3,795. Now, the most popular financing option that a lot of our students select is the payment plan option, and that payment plan is a monthly installment. It's 7 installments, and with the discount, that monthly payment comes out to $542.14. We can go to the next slide. Some other financing options is a private loan. And so just to briefly give you the pros and cons, so with the payment plan, we do not have any credit check, and there's no application process. You just let us know that you'd like to do that, and we will send you instructions on how to do that, on how to set that up in our system. And there's also no interest with the payment plan, but you do need to be making those payments while you're in the program. With a private loan, it is interest-bearing. There is an application process, but the loan would be deferred, so you wouldn't be paying that while you're in the program. You'd be paying it afterwards. So you really have to weigh what is the best for you. And then the last financing option that people take advantage of is employee sponsorship. So if you think that your employer might pay for this, you'll want to definitely speak with your manager and your HR to see what options. And I'll just mention one other for individuals who are unemployed. There are county offices called Workforce or One Stop that offer grants for individuals looking for to obtain education to improve their skills. So we have a lot of students coming through those as well. And We can go to the next slide. Okay, so in addition to this 100% online option, which you can start at any time, we do have an in-person option, which will be starting in the fall. We are finalizing the schedule now, but the length of the program will be 26 weeks. It'll start in September, and the tuition will be $3,495. There will be a payment plan as well for that program. And if anybody is interested, just reach out to me. I can put you on the list for that, because we'll have some additional information sessions specifically for just the in-person option. Now, I think we're going to open it up to questions, but before we do, I just want to briefly tell you about next steps. So if you decide to enroll, all you need to do is fill out the registration form. I'm going to be sending you an email tomorrow morning with this recording along with the registration form. Just need to fill that out and send it back to me. If you're signing up for the payment plan, you don't need to include any payment information. Again, I'll send you the instructions on how to sign up for that. So just keep an eye out for that in your email tomorrow morning. And now we'd like to open it up to questions.
So yes, if anybody has any questions, please do type them into the questions box that you can find in your GoToWebinar toolbar. I do see that one person has raised their hand, so if you have a question, if you'd be so kind as to just type that into the box, I will read it out loud as it comes in and we will address it. So please go ahead and get to typing, and thank you ladies for all of the wonderful information that you have shared this evening. How long does the online program take to complete? Either Michelle or Nicole. That's our first question.
Sorry, I couldn't get myself off mute there for a moment. That's a great question. It usually takes about 7 months to complete, but you have 9 months.
And then
I just realized I was talking as well. I was on mute and didn't realize that I was answering the question.
Oh, no.
So I didn't realize you didn't.
And then also, when can the online program begin?
Whenever you're ready. So as soon as possible. Like I said, I'll be sending that email out with your next steps. So if you're ready to begin tomorrow, all you need to do is send that back to me and we can get you started on next steps.
Class cost. The class cost is $34.95 with materials. What is the online cost? Let me go back to the slide just before, and we'll be able to see that. The online cost. Oops. There we go. Okay.
All right. So that's $3,795. And then if you're signing up for the payment plan, it's just a little, about $540 per month with the discount, and that includes all books and materials.
Is there any assistance with job placement or counseling?
So no, we don't currently have any job placements. What we do have is a LinkedIn group, currently a closed LinkedIn group for all current students and alum, where if we get various opportunities, job opportunities, we'll post them there. So currently we don't have any job placements. We might have some opportunities for internships, but we're still working on that, and that's still in the pipeline. But at this point, we don't have anything specifically for job placement or internships.
To add to that really quickly, both AAPC and HEMA, they've got a wealth of information on their websites, including networking. I know here locally, and I'm in Kansas, here locally we've got chapter meetings almost every week to where you can learn extra information, you can ask questions, but more importantly, you could actually network face-to-face, but there's also networking that you can do online on those through either of those associations, but there's definitely a lot of information on those websites related to both networking, internship possibilities, as well as career possibilities.
The online class is a bit more. Is it because it has more materials, help resources? What's the difference between online and the campus class?
So the biggest reason is because you have more access to the class. the online class is 9 months. The in-person is strictly only 7 months. And it is a little bit, you have that one-on-one instructor who's just assigned to you as opposed to a whole classroom. So those are the two biggest reasons why the pricing is a little bit more.
Okay, we have one question that came in sort of halfway. Will the online class have, will the online class have the same option of financing?
In regards to payment plans, yes. So obviously it'll be a little bit different because of the cost difference, but yes, there is a payment plan option as well.
And what are the hours for the on-campus classes?
Well, we're still finalizing the schedule right now. We will probably have an evening session 2 nights a week in New York City. And the evening session will run 6 p.m. to 9, just about.
Once we complete the online program, will we have assistance on setting up our certification test?
I don't know, so the last part, Dr. Khan, I don't know if you want to jump in here, but the last part of the class is test prep. So the module that you select is the add-on module that you select, which we showed you earlier in the slide. That last portion of the course is when you'll be preparing for that specific certification.
The websites that I was talking about earlier do have information as to where there are testing sites available. With AHEMA, they're computer-based testing sites. With AAPC, it's paper-pencil testing sites. So there's a little bit of a difference there, but there are testing sites available pretty much all year round, all over the United States. It gets a little bit more scarce around the holidays. I will put that out there, since usually around Christmas and New Year's there's not a whole lot of testing sites that run a proctored exam. But outside of that, they are all over the United States, and all you have to do is just put in your zip code. Some you may have to travel a little bit to, others you don't. I know I have 2 certifications. The first one, I had to go about an hour and a half north to take it, and then the second one was like literally 15 minutes from my house. So it just depends on the time of the year when you schedule that, but all that information you can find on their website.
Is there a discount for taking the AACP AHEMA test via PACE?
No,
well,
there is not. Oh, go ahead, Nicole.
I was just going to mention, which you might talk about, is I believe there's a student discount for membership, but I don't know about testing. I don't know if that's what you were going to say.
Usually, once you become a member, you get pretty much, there's member pricing for just pretty much everything, and then non-member pricing. Then they also run specials, for lack of better terms, but they do. They run a lot of specials. So I would get signed up to receive emails from whichever association that you're looking to get the certification through. I get about maybe 1 or 2, usually 1 email a day, but if there's a sale on something, trust me, you will find out. They just ran, and I'm not sure if it's still going on, but normally with AAPC, you get, when you purchase an exam, you get a free retake with that exam, and they just did a promotion, and again, I don't know if it's still going on, where it was unlimited retakes if needed. Or they sometimes, once you sign up for an exam, they may send you practice exams for free. So they do, both of them do run specials, and I am signed up for both AHEMA and AAPC, and I get at least an email a day of something going on within the industry or with the exams or anything of that nature.
Oh, okay. Is the online instructor available 24 hours?
Well, it's not necessarily 24 hours because we have to sleep as well. All of the instructors are professionals within the field, so we usually will get back to you within 24 to 48 hours. I always have my email open throughout my day, so I know for me it's very fast, but it can take up to 48 hours depending on if we're in the field or not.
Okay, anybody else? Any further questions? That was the last one. That when will the final info on classroom session start?
I'm sorry, the information sessions?
And I think just the dates for the classroom. Oh, sorry, yeah. I think dates for the classroom session, is that what you're referencing? Just want to get some clarity.
Well, those will probably come out in about a month.
Mm-hmm.
And if you email me, I'll put you on the list specifically for the classroom, and you'll definitely get notified for both when registration opens and also when we have the information session specifically for the in-person section.
Okay, anybody else? Any further? We did get a nice compliment. Wonderful session. Thank you very much, ladies. So that's good. Any further questions, anybody? I'll give you an opportunity to type in your questions. Of course, the best question, the most important question, is often the one that you will remember to ask once we have logged off for the evening, and that is okay. I keep going past where I want to be. That is okay if that question pops into your head after we have logged off. Please do feel free to email Nicole at nvitali@pace.edu, and she'll be more than happy to address any further questions or issues that you may have. But if we don't have any further questions coming in tonight, which I don't see, I guess we did our jobs this evening, ladies, so I guess we can call it a night. Any final thoughts from anyone before we log off this evening?
I would just suggest that I know one of the biggest questions that students have is which add-on module to select. And so first off, you should definitely do some research. There's a lot of information out there both on the AAPC and AHIMA sites where you can learn more about each of them. But what I generally suggest is for anyone who's new to medical billing and coding, you should start with either the CPC or the CCS modules, because those are both entry level. So Dr. Krum, I'm sure you can elaborate more than I can.
Sorry, I didn't mean to jump in there. The CCA for AHIMA and the CPC for APC will be...
Yes, CCA. That's, sorry about that.
No, but I basically echo what Nicole just said, that both for electronic health records, for MBC, there's a wealth of information out there on those websites. So I would do your research and definitely reach out and send Nicole an email if you have any questions, and she can also reach out to any of the MBC or EMR instructors if needed as well.
Okay, excellent. We're getting some nice compliments, lady. Wonderful session. This was very helpful. So thank you so much for all of your good thoughts and good information that you shared this evening. Again, any follow-up questions after we have logged off for the evening, please do reach out to Nicole at nvitali@pace.edu. And with that being said, I will thank you, Dr. Com. I will thank you, Nicole, and thank all of you for your interest and your good questions and your enthusiasm for the PACE MBC program. Hope to see your names on rosters and faces in classrooms, either online or in the actual classroom. So thank you, ladies. Thank you, everyone, for attending this evening, and have a wonderful night. Thank you so much. Good night.
All right. Thank you. Have a great night.